Hey guys, today I'm filming the finale for my winter project 10 pan for 2021. I have had fun with this project, but I am very ready for it to be done. As you might be able to tell by the spring makeup I'm wearing today, I'm very ready for spring. So I'm filming this video late. I'm filming it on March 10th. So I was able to get a few more extra days of usage on a few of these products, but not a ton because I basically was just like behind on filming videos, but I still only put makeup on to film videos, and then I wore makeup one other day this month. So I didn't really get any extra makeup wearing days between my last update and this update, except for one day. So anyway, with that being said, let's just get into the products. I'm going to start by showing you the things that I finished or hit my goal on since my last update. The first product is the MAC Fix Plus Rose version. This is the little mini, and I was right here at my last update. Now it is completely used up. I was a little nervous about finishing this, but I was able to do so. The rose scent was nice and light. It wasn't too overpowering, which was good, but I definitely do prefer the original over any of the scented versions. I actually think the original has like a very nice, light, fresh scent. And I love MAC Fix Plus to take away any powdery look. I do wear a ton of makeup and a ton of powder products, so I do love to help melt it in. I was using this as a primer spray because I wanted to get through some more of these sprays in my collection, and especially for these scented versions, I'm okay that I used it this way. I don't feel like it was very wasteful, especially because this formula I do think works well as a primer spray. Didn't do anything crazy for me. I'm happy I was able to use it up. I'd rather finish it instead of pass it on, but after I get through these little minis, in the future I would just use MAC Fix Plus more as like a setting spray or to take away powdery look. But anyway, happy I finished this. Would not repurchase that scented version. Then I did use up my final two samples that I was working on. The first was the Beauty Blender Leveler Pore Minimizer Primer. So I will put up a little picture of where I was at last month. I had it in a sample jar and it is all cleaned out. I didn't really like this primer. I don't think it actually filled in pores very well at all. I've tried so many different pore filling primers and I feel like most of them work better than this one. So would not recommend it. And I feel like Beauty Blender should just stick to sponges. And the other sample I was working on was the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Glow Setting Powder. I cannot believe for this little sample, like this is so small, this much of a sample size took me 3 months to get through. And of course, I'm not wearing makeup every day. I'm wearing makeup about 12 times a month. But still, it took me so long to get through that when the original only took me like 3 applications. But I did have it in this Cupcake jar. I'll put up a picture of where I was at last month. I did have a decent amount of this left and I just made sure to use it every single day. This is a very glowy, glittery powder. It's also too dark for me, so I had to use a big fluffy brush. I just took it down the center of my face, but I could not use very much of it. I do not recommend this at all. I don't understand how anybody could use it to set their makeup. It's gonna darken your concealer or foundation, I guess depending on your skin tone, and it's just too glittery. Like, and I applied it with a very fluffy brush. I can only imagine if you were using a dense brush or a sponge, I feel like you would look like a crazy person. So let me know if you've used it and you've liked it, but it's a no for me. But I'm so happy I did not give up and that I actually finished it. I am going to do the math on this and count the glow powder in my yearly empties, just considering how long it took me to use up that sample. I'm not going to do it for any of the other foil samples, but I will for that one. And then my next face product was this Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur Blush Mini in Mauve Sunrise. I had a usage goal for this product, which was to use it 10 times. At my last update, I had already used it 9, so I just had to use it one more time. I did hit my goal on this. I love this blush. I love this formula. It is my favorite cream blush because it is a cream to powder. I'm able to apply this over top of face powder, which is super important for me. And I did actually purchase this in the full size. So now I have all 4 of the shades. So I'm going to be decluttering the mini from my collection so someone else can try and love the formula, but I am happy with the amount of usage that I got on it. And I also finished up the little mini Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray I rolled in last month, and these little mini bottles have half a fluid ounce. This is my favorite setting spray. I definitely will purchase this in the future, but I have a ton more minis and a travel size and the summer solstice scented version that I need to use up first, but I really do enjoy this product and I do think it deserves the hype that it gets. Next, I've got some lip products. So the first one I was a little nervous about. This is the Tree Hut Sugar Lips lip scrub. It's kind of hard to see because the bottom is white, but there are no little crystals in here. I do like the scent of this a lot and I like the texture, but it made my lips feel very dried out afterwards. I have had this for a little while, so I'm not sure if that has something to do with it, but I don't think so. I just think something about this formula really dried out my lips. I definitely agree with what everyone says. If you're trying to work through lip scrubs, put them in the shower. It was so much easier for me to remember to use it this way. I have a couple other lip scrubs in my collection that I might put in projects throughout the rest of this year to try to get through them as well. So it's a bummer that it dried my lips out because I did like the formula of it, but I wouldn't repurchase it because of that. Then, sure, this is not a surprise to you, I did finish my Fresh Sugar Mint Rush Lip Balm. I only had the tiniest amount left at my last update. I will insert the picture for you guys. I really enjoy getting these little minis as freebies because they have a very high value and I do like the way they feel on my lips, but I don't find them to be very overly hydrating because they are such a thin formula. I have to reapply often. Also, the annoying thing about these minis is they break from the base. I really enjoy the mint scent of this one, but honestly, I do prefer my EOS Smooth Stick and Sweet Mint over this one. And then the last thing I finished, you guys will be so surprised. I certainly was. I finished the lip gloss that I rolled in last month. This is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in Natural Luster, which was just like a shimmery champagne shade. So this is where I was at the beginning of the year. This is an item in my year-long project pan. This is where I was last update. I got through all of that, and as you can tell, I took out the stopper, which was actually pretty easy, which is nice because sometimes it's impossible. So there's a little bit down there, but I couldn't get to it. I am so proud that I use this up. This is a full-size lip gloss that comes with a lot of product, and I really love this formula. I think it's so good. I have one more of the shimmery glosses. I definitely want to try some of the cream finishes. I know Emily Noel has raved about these before. These are so nice. They do have like a cooling feeling on the lips. I wouldn't say they're tingly, and they're slightly sticky, but not bad. They have a little bit of thickness to them. They feel very cush, very plush, and I was thinking they feel very plush and cushiony. These are a little less sticky than the Buxom glosses. They're a little less minty than the Buxom glosses. So if you didn't like Buxom, you might like these, or if you like Buxom, you'll definitely like these. This is so good. I definitely want to buy more of these in the future. I want to use up some more lip products first, but I actually got this as a freebie. I absolutely love this, and I'm just on top of the moon that I actually finished this. I would definitely repurchase that. So now there are a few things that I did not finish or hit my goal on. The first is a primer I rolled in last month. I'm okay with it. I told you guys last month I knew I was not going to finish it. And this is the travel size of the Becca First Light Priming Filter. This has half a fluid ounce in it. And I was right here at my last update. Now I'm down to here. So I did use up a good amount of this. And this should take me 1 or 2 more months to use up. This is the last glowy or hydrating primer in my collection that I don't love. I do have a few others in my collection, but those are the ones that I enjoy the most, and that's where I want to be. And I want to, you know, work on my favorites next year. So I'm super happy that I'm working on this now. I am gonna roll this into my spring project pan to finish it completely, but I'm very happy that I got a head start on this one. Next is my Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Powder in Tin Porcelain. And I had repressed this in my last update. I'll insert a picture of that. And it was almost a full pan. It did repress really weird though, but luckily like it applied fine. I did have a couple of pieces crumble off, but I actually put it in another container and mushed it up and just used it loose, so I haven't wasted any product. And that is all that I have left. It looks like you get such a little amount of powder in here, but the pan is actually very deep and it's taken me a long time to get through. So I used it all project long. I didn't finish it, but that's okay. I literally use this like every single day, so I couldn't have used it more if I wanted to. So this is something I'm going to roll into my spring project pan as well. Next, I have my Benefit Hoola bronzer. I told you guys at my last update that I was going to be using it in February as a bronzer and a contour to get a little bit more use out of it, and I did do that. So you can see what it looked like last month compared to this month. I definitely expanded the pan. I have pan in a couple different places now, as you can see. I am really happy with that. The product is thin, but it's very pigmented, so I can't go ham with this or I will look like a crazy person. So I have decided, like I told you guys last month, I am gonna roll this into my spring project pan and I'm gonna use it as a contour. I do have another bronzer I'm putting in my spring project, but I'm gonna use that one as my bronzer, this one as my contour, and I really, really, really hope to finish this up in my spring project. If I don't, I will just continue putting this into projects this year as a contour until I use it up. I'm so determined to finish those 3 bronzers that I didn't complete last year. I'm so determined to do so. So let's just hope it happens. But I'm not gonna waste it. I'm not gonna cheat. I am not gonna waste it. So I am happy with the progress that I made. Again, I used it almost every day. So every day I wore makeup. So I couldn't have used it more if I tried. So happy with that progress. Then I have my Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Mini in Intense Moonlight, and I will put up a little progress picture. I only used it a handful of times, so the marking barely went down. And this is how much product I have left. So it's about half the amount of product that I started with. I'm not going to use this color anymore this year. It is like a taupey shade. So I am going to put this back in my collection, hopefully finish it next year, and I'm okay with that. I love the Laura Mercier Caviar sticks so much. I think they have such an amazing formula. They're very pigmented. They glide on the lids really easily. They don't crease. They hold up on my oily lids. I have so many different shades, so I would have loved to have finished this, but I'm totally fine with the progress that I made. And my last product would be my little winter quad. And as you know, the one item in this project was Urban Decay's YDK. And my goal was to use this 10 times. At my last update, I had used it 8 times. I only used it 1 additional time. I could have used it today. I didn't want to. I decided I would rather wear fun spring makeup than to technically hit my goal on this product, especially because I am now going to be throwing this away. So Urban Decay just got rid of their old single shadows. They came out with some new ones, and when they discontinued them, they clearanced them to 50% off. So I did repurchase YDK. I'm so glad I did, because they already released the new version of their singles, which come in different packaging, but they got rid of so many shades, and YDK was not made in their new formula. So I'm so happy I have that backup, because this is such a gorgeous taupey shade. I love it so much. So this is a very, very, very old single in my collection. I've had this for absolutely ages. It was in like the vintage packaging. So I'm going to be throwing this single away, putting the other ones back in my collection. And I'm happy with the progress that I made, with the amount of times that I used it. and I'm so happy I bought a replacement for it. So that was my update on those products, but I did really quickly want to show you again the things that I used up earlier in this project, and then just let you know if I would repurchase them or not. If you want more details, definitely check out my updates. So I had used up 3 mini primers. The Beauty Blender Opalescence, terrible. Tarte Quench Hydrating Primer was just okay. And then the Touch in Sol Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm. I really did like this one, and recently I had a full size decluttered to me, so I'll be very excited to use that more and really see what I think of it. But it's a really cool consistency and it looks really pretty on the skin. I also used up 2 mini setting sprays, Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 and the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Neither of these did anything for me, would not repurchase. I used up a second tube of the Fresh Sugar Mint Rush Lip Balm. Already shared my thoughts. And lastly, I used up a Buxom Full-On Lip Cream in the shade Dolly. This was a rollover from last year, but I finally got it done. I love this formula. I really do like this color, and I will repurchase it in the future. I don't need to right now. I have Rose Julep, which is similar. It's brighter. It's not as mauve-y as this one. I would definitely prefer Dolly over Rose Julep, but I already have that one in a full size because it came in a set. So I feel like I should use that one first before I buy this one, but I might change my mind after I use up some more lip glosses, and these are going to be in the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty for spring. So if you're interested in any of these, I do highly recommend you check them out. And then I was able to get through some other samples. So we've got the Lancome Skin Feels Good Skin Tint. I had 2 of these little samples in number 1 Nude Vanilla. No. The Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Glow Concealer in the shade number 2. Also no. And the Benefit Professional Hydrate, also a no. I am so glad I had this because I had considered buying the full size of this off the BoxyCharm Facebook group, and I'm very glad that I didn't because it was just okay. So really quick, I'm going to count up how many things I used up in this project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I used up 12 things. I hit my goal on a 13th product, and then I did use up a bunch of little foil samples. So I feel really proud of everything I was able to get through. We were project painting through a pandemic last year. We're going to be doing it again this year, and I think we've all come to terms with the way things are. We've gotten ourselves back into wearing makeup a little bit more. So I feel like I've already been so successful this year. I'm feeling really motivated and proud. And I only finished up 2 colored lip products in the entire year 2020. And just within the first couple months of the year, I already finished 2. I'm so proud of this, and I'm gonna work so diligently to try to use up more lip products in my collection this year, especially to justify the fact that I have been buying a couple lip products here and there. Not too many. Not too many yet this year. I did get several last year. Anyways, I'm very proud of everything, but especially these 2 things right here. And I love them both. I would repurchase them both, not anytime soon, but I used up a mini gloss and a full-size gloss. And the mini Buxoms have half the amount of product you get in a full size. So these actually have a lot more product than other mini glosses. So I'm just feeling super accomplished here. I am so ready to start my spring project pan, and that is the next video you guys are gonna see from me. So if you are not already subscribed, please do so you can be notified when I upload that video next. And I would love to know what projects you guys are doing currently. I'm also doing the Partners in Cream project pan. I'm doing a year-long project pan and a rolling sample project pan. I'll have those different playlists linked for you. I love project panning so much. It is so fun to me, and I would love to know what you guys are working on. And I would love to know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.